everybody, today's lesson is going to cover the intersection of lines and planes. So to get started, let's talk about the intersection of lines. So we have this red line that we can draw on our paper, and then another line, this blue line. Okay, and the intersection of these two lines would be the place where the two lines meet, where they come together. So what would you just call the place where these two lines meet? Hopefully you can see that that is a point. Okay, now if two planes intersect, what would you call their intersection? Okay, so let's draw two planes on our paper. There's one surface, one plane. Here's another one. The place where these two planes come together, where they meet or where they intersect, right here, this green line. So it's very important to recap that if two lines intersect, two lines appear, where do they cross, where do they meet? They intersect at a point. And then the two planes, where do they intersect? Their intersection is at a line. So now we're going to try some problems with these two key points in mind. Okay, the first couple are a review from our last lesson. They'll help us with the next ones though. Okay, so first one, name 4 points that are coplanar. Remember, coplanar means they share a plane. They're on the same surface, the same plane. There are multiple correct answers for this one. So let's just say if you're starting, let's pick a point to start with. Let's say we're going to start with A. And then if you outline here on the drawing, if you start with A, and then let's just say we're going to go over to D, and then down to H, and then over to E. You could tell that these 4 points are coplanar. They are all on the same plane. So we can write A, D, H, and E. Then for number 2, 4 points that are non-coplanar, not on the same plane. Basically, you just want to make sure that you pick 4 points that are not all on the same surface. So we could start with A again, and then use D, but then maybe we'll go over to G, and then back up to C, let's say. So if you had A and then D, G, and C, they would not be on the same surface, not on the same plane. Okay, number 3, name a point coplanar with D, C, and G. Use your pencil or pen or colored pencils to outline the points that are given to you. So I'll take this blue color here. If you start at D, and then C, and then G, what point is going to finish the plane in the diagram here? Well, if you go over to H, you could see that all 4 of these points then are on the same surface. So a point coplanar with D, C, and G would be point H. Okay, number 4. Name the intersection of line AD and line DH. So use your pen again and outline line AD. Okay, so here's AD. And then line DH. And remember from what we just talked about that the intersection of two lines is a point. So what is the point where line AD and line DH come together? Where do our two red lines meet? That is point D. Number 5, name the intersection of lines EF and GF. Well, again, we have 2 lines and 2 lines intersect at a point. So let's outline these lines, line EF and line GF. Okay, so what is the point where the 2 blue lines come together? That would be point F. Okay, Number 6, name the intersection of plane EFG and plane AEF. Okay, let's outline these planes first of all. So plane EFG. So follow those points, EFG. And then can you find another point that's on the same plane that's coplanar? Well, H. So this would be the whole plane here. And then plane AEF. So find point A and E and F. Find another point that would also be on the same plane on the same surface. And then you can shade that plane. Well, can you tell now where the plane that's highlighted in yellow and the plane that's highlighted in green, where did they meet? Where do they come together? Well, that is a line. Remember, two planes meet at a line. It's right here where the yellow meets the green, and that would be line EF. Okay, number 7. Name the intersection of plane AEH and plane DCG. Okay, so plane AEH. So AEH. Another point on that plane on that same surface would be D. We're going to get a lot of colors here, so it's going to be kind of hard to see. Okay. And then plane DCG would be over here, DCG, and then H would also be on that same plane. Okay, so where does the plane that's highlighted in blue meet the plane that's highlighted in purple? If you can see on here, where do these planes intersect? Planes intersect at a line, and this one is going to be line DH. Good job, guys.